This broadcast of Stoughton High School football on WSTO TV is brought to you by Stoughton Hospital. For more than 100 years, our neighbors in the Stoughton area have trusted Stoughton Hospital to provide personalized, forward-thinking, expert health care. Stoughton Hospital is a proud supporter of WSTO programming. Trusted care close to home. The UPS store of Stoughton. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it all in one place. 2364 Jackson Street, next to Papa Murphy's. Hanson Electronics, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent and Radio Shack dealer. Inkworks of Stoughton, unique digital and offset solutions. Pizza Pit of Stoughton, fresh, fast, and hot delivery of our great pizzas, sandwiches, chicken, and more. And McGlynn Pharmacy, your local full-service pharmacy with free delivery.
Have nothing on us tonight as we welcome you into Thursday night football on WSTO TV. James Weingart with you as the Stoughton Vikings host the Baraboo Thunderbirds. Great to have you with us here tonight on WSTO. And for those of you looking for volleyball, football came in on a last-minute note here with expected heavy storms tomorrow. And so the decision was made to move the game from Friday night, tomorrow night, to tonight, Thursday night. So that's why we have our local edition of Thursday Night Football. Great to have you alongside with us. Last week, of course, the Vikings played host to Portage and won big 56-15. Vikings put up almost 500 yards of offense against Portage, while only giving up 229. Meanwhile, the Thunderbirds lost to Monona Grove out of the Badger South in a crossover game by a margin of 39-0. Stoughton won the toss tonight. They did defer. Baraboo will receive to start things off. There's a look at the Badger South Conference standings. Stoughton, Monona Grove, Watertown, Oregon, and Milton all winning last week. Monroe, Fort Atkinson, and Edgewood coming up on the short end. So we get ready for Thursday night football here tonight from Collins Field. Great to have you alongside with us. And for this special edition of high school football, Vikings will kick off tonight. Cade Spildy to kick the football away, the senior for the Vikings. There's a look at him. Mike Weck and Amadeo Tijarina back deep to receive. It's a short kick, and it will be fielded. This is the same thing as what we saw last week, where the short opening kick was covered by the Vikings. This time, not so much. Baraboo has it. So the Thunderbirds will have the first possession of the night, and it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line, 36-yard line. Brock Turkington, 6'3", 195-pound senior, is the quarterback for the Thunderbirds. Turns, hands off, first run of the play, or first play of the game. Goes to Weck, and he gets up to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4.
Barrett Nelson jerked him up. Gain of 4.
So 2nd down and 6 now for the Thunderbirds.
From the 40.
Line of scrimmage, the 40-yard line. Again, Baraboo coming off of a 39-0 loss. Here's a toss play to Weck. This time comes this way, cuts back upfield, gang tackled as he crossed the 40 up to about the 42-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2 and sets up a 3rd down play coming up. Vikings caused 3 punts against Portage last week. The Vikings did not punt at all. 3rd down and 4. And Turkington to pass, in trouble, got hit as he released the football. It falls incomplete, and it's going to be a 4th down play.
4th down. Back deep for Stoughton.
Brooks Empey and Nathan Hutcherson back deep to receive for the Vikings. Tyson Fry to punt. And this is a tremendous kick, fielded at the 14-yard line by Hutcherson. Comes up this near side. He gets to the 26-yard line.
Josh Robitaille took him up.
A 44-yard punt and a 12-yard return.
Ball's in the 27. 1st and 10, Stoughton.
So 1st down for the Vikings at their own 27-yard line as Adam Hobson comes out to lead the team. Adam had a good game rushing and throwing last week. He had 6 of 7 for 86 yards. And the first run of the game will go to Quinn Arnott. Beg your pardon, that was...
Second and 9.
Dwight Walker on the run for the Vikings. And a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 for Stoughton. Hobson stands in the backfield. He ran the ball 11 times for 151 yards last week against Portage. 3 receivers far side. Penalty flag comes down. It's going to be a false start against Stoughton. So first penalty of the game, backs the ball up 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 14 now.
2nd and 14.
Walker to his right. Hobson keeps it, comes this way, has a block in front, breaks an arm tackle. Cuts back inside across the 35, and he is going to be out of bounds at about the 34, maybe 35-yard line.
Gabe Larson and Parker Clary on the stop.
They'll mark him out at the 34, so it's a gain of 10 for number 10. And 3rd down and 4 now for Stoughton from their own 34-yard line. Hobson readies for the snap. Pulls it out of Walker's midsection. Good tackling by the Thunderbirds, and Hobson loses a yard on the play, and that will set up a 4th down.
4th and 4.
4th down and 4. Pablo Ramirez and Alex Brown back deep to receive the punt from Cade
Cade
Spildy.
Spildy to punt for Stoughton.
Line of scrimmage, the 33-yard line. 34-yard line. Snap way up high. Spildy's got to get it away. Puts a reverse end-over-ender on it. And a fair catch called for and made at the Baraboo 35-yard line.
Pablo Ramirez with the fair catch.
31 yards on the punt and no return. And so Baraboo will have it now first and 10 on their own 35-yard line. So first down for Baraboo from the 35. Brock Turkington, the quarterback for the Thunderbirds, works from under center on this first down play. And the hard count got his offensive line to jump instead of the defense, and it'll be a false start.
False start against Baraboo.
So a 5-yard penalty against the Thunderbirds moves them back to the 30-yard line, and it's going to be first down and 15 now.
For the 30.
Running play, and that goes to Mike Weck. Not much doing on the run, maybe a yard, and it will set up second down and 14 for the Thunderbirds from the 31-yard line. See the clock ticking down, just under 8 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Scoreless between Baraboo and Stoughton. Turkington under center, flag down again, and this time it's going to be offside against the Vikings.
Flag of the play.
So it's offside against Stoughton. And so that's the second penalty of the game against the Vikings, and that'll move the ball across the 35 at the 30, almost a 36-yard line, where it's now second and 9.
Second and 10.
One receiver near side, one to the far side. End around coming around this way. Alex Brown with it. He's met at the point of attack, and down he goes after a short gain. Gain of 1. So third down and 8 from the 37-yard line.
Third and 9.
Brown splits out wide to the far side. Carpenter, the receiver on this side, throws over the middle, caught by the tight end. Caden Bloom, who is a well-regarded player for Baraboo, picks up 9 on the play, and it'll be a first down.
Drew Baso and Brooks Heavy on the stop. That's good for a Baraboo first down.
So first and 10 now for the Thunderbirds. Ball at their own 47. Just under 7 to go here in the opening quarter on Thursday Night Football on WSTO TV and WSTO.tv. Hope you're enjoying our coverage online or wherever you may be. Gabe Larson on the run that time for Baraboo. Gets right to the midfield stripe, so a gain of 3.
Gain of 4 on the play. Second and 6.
So they'll call it 4 on the gain, so it'll be second down and 6 now for the Thunderbirds right at midfield, right at the 50-yard line. Bloom goes out as a wide receiver to the far side and 2 on this near side. Back to pass goes Turkington, in trouble, heaves downfield, has a couple of receivers, and it falls incomplete. A little bit too far for Alex Brown. Good coverage by the Vikings, and it's going to set up a third down and 6.
Third and 6.
Third and 6 from the 50-yard line. Monona Grove in the game against Baraboo last week in their 39-0 win had 2 interception returns for touchdowns. Turkington went 4 of 13 passing, bobbled the snap, has it, rolls out near side, and that's going to be caught by one of the Viking coaches and incomplete, and that sets up a 4th down play.
Is it complete? Nice catch, Coach. 4th and 6.
Hutcherson back deep to receive the punt
Nice
again.
try to punt for Baraboo. Nathan Hutcherson. Deep for Stoughton.
First punt went 44 yards. Snap back, kick on its way. This is a spiraling kick that will bounce inside the 20 and go out of bounds at the 17-yard line. So it's a 33-yard punt. And the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 on their own 17. Reminder for you that if you have any interest in touring Great Britain, you can find Walks Around Britain every day at 1 o'clock here on WSTO, part of Nova Productions, made in England. Walks Around Britain every day at 1 here on WSTO. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 17-yard line. No score. Toss play, and Walker has it.
Way Walker in the toss.
And Walker's across the 20. He's down at the 23, so that's a gain of almost 5.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
2nd down and 5 now for the Vikings. 5:20 to go in the opening quarter. Hobson with 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Hobson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, goes out the far side, has the 35 up to about the 38-yard line. Good run there. 15 yards on the running play for Hobson, and it's a 1st down.
Nate McCauley on the stop.
So 1st down for the Vikings at their own 38. Hobson really a dual threat so far in the first 2 games. He ran the ball for 151 yards last week, 2 touchdowns. Threw it 6 of 7 for 86 yards. 1st and 10 Vikings. That's Hutcherson in motion. Hobson keeps it himself again, crosses the 40, gets to the 41. And a pickup of 3. So 2nd down and 7 for the Vikings at their own 41. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Vikings 6 carries, 33 yards on the ground tonight. Not a pass attempted by Adam Hobson thus far. 2nd down and 7 from the 41. And a blitz coming. Hobson throws far side. Hutcherson has it. He gets knocked down at the 45-yard line, a gain of 4. And that'll set up a shortish 3rd down play. So 3rd down and 3 for the Vikings at their own 45-yard line with 3:45 left. And Vikings facing their 2nd 3rd down of the evening, not able to convert the first time. Zach Feinholt, who had a touchdown catch, splits wide to the near side of the field. Again, middle blitz. Hobson back to throw. Catch, almost made by Feinholt on the crossing pattern. He was not able to hold on to it as the pass went a little bit behind him. And that will set up a 4th down play from the 45-yard line. Ramirez and Brown will drift back again for the Thunderbirds to receive the Cade Spildy punt.
Cade Spildy to punt for Stoughton.
So the 45-yard line is the line of scrimmage. Nobody back at the moment for the Thunderbirds. A little bit of a high snap, almost blocked. This is a reverse end-over-ender, and it's going to be a very short kick. Parker Clary almost got in on the punt, and they will mark the ball out of bounds at the at the Viking 49-yard line, so it's a 4-yard punt.
First and 10, Baraboo from the 49.
So 4 yards on the punt. First and 10, Baraboo on the Viking 49 with 3:22 to play here in the first quarter. One left, one right for Turkington, the quarterback for Baraboo. Set up a blocker on this near side. Big hit right at the line of scrimmage on Mike Weck.
Mike Weck on the carry.
No gain on the play.
Cade Spildy with the stop.
Cade Spildy
No
on
gain
the
on
tackle,
play.
so no
Second and
gain.
10.
Second and 10 coming up here as we hit 3 minutes left in the opening quarter. Very comfortable evening. We'll check the weather in between quarters in just a moment. Collins Field in Stoughton, where we are for this special edition of high school football on a Thursday night. And the second down play comes off to this near side. And this time it's going to be Weck again. And this time he pushes the pile forward to about the 47, so that'll be a gain of 2.
On the stop.
Defensive battle setting up so far tonight, and it's 3rd down and 8 for Baraboo.
3rd and 8.
They need to get to the 39-yard line for a first down. Brown is the receiver on the near side, and Carpenter is out wide. Weck on the toss, gets a good block, and then gets upended at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 1 and a 4th down coming up.
Gain of 1 on the play.
So 4th down from the 46-yard line. Tyson Fry to punt. Tyson Fry, I should say. I don't know what I said before. Fry's got it. And a big booming kick. Hutcherson has it inside the 10. 15. Oh boy, what a great job there to trip him up on the shoelaces. 42. Keegan marking on the stop. 36 yards on the punt. So the Vikings have it again deep in their own territory at the 18-yard line. 1:17 left in the first. And Hobson brings his team back out. Vikings and Baraboo scoreless here late in the first quarter. Hutcherson has it on the run. Had 1 carry for 47 yards and a touchdown last week. Gets good yardage on this run.
Gabe Larson and Joseph Enovich on the stop. Gain of 10, that'll be good.
Pickup of 10, so it's a first down for the Vikings at the 28-yard line, 29-yard line. Approaching a minute to go here in the first. 28-yard line of scrimmage. Hobson readies on the first down play. And this is going to be Walker. Spins his way out of a couple of tackles. Pushes forward up to about the 33-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 4.
On the stop.
2nd and 6 coming up for the Vikings.
Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6.
So 2nd down and 6 from the 33. 3 receivers to Hobson's right. Walker's got it. Has 5 white shirts trying to drag him down. Crosses the 35, gets to the 36, a gain of 2. And it's going to be 3rd down and a long 4. And we're going to find out if the Vikings can convert a third down, but we have to wait until the second quarter starts as we've reached the end of the first quarter. Our score, Baraboo nothing and Stoughton nothing. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Second quarter coming up. This is a special edition of high school football on a Thursday night on WSTO TV.
Take a step back to yesteryear. Friday nights from 5 until midnight, WSTO will be featuring classic movies, including such titles as The Brain That Wouldn't Die, His Girl Friday, and more. Friday night movies from 5 p.m. until midnight on WSTO TV and online at WSTO.TV.
And we welcome you back into Collins Field. James Weingard with you on a Thursday night edition of high school football on WSTO. It is scoreless between Baraboo and the Vikings, and in the first quarter, 9 carries for 49 yards for Stoughton. Passing, Hobson 1 of 2 for 4 yards, so 53 yards for the Vikings. And for Baraboo so far, 8 rushes for a total of 15 yards. And passing, Turkington 1 of 4 for 9 yards. While we have a second, let's take a look at our weather tonight. A picture-perfect evening, some high cirrus clouds, and we have 77 degrees at kickoff, sunny skies, and an east breeze at about 9 miles an hour. And we're expecting more of the same through the course of the evening. We mentioned at the top of the show that tonight's game, of course, was supposed to be played tomorrow night on Friday, but because of pending showers and storms and potentially heavy storms, they decided to move the game to tonight. So 3rd down and 4 for Stoughton. And Hobson to pass, looks over the middle, catch. Oh, he had it and not able to hold on, and that's to Feinhold. And it is incomplete, and that'll set up a 4th down.
4th and 4.
So 4th down and 4 from the 35-yard line. Cade Spildy on to kick the football away. Had a 4-yard punt his last time. Mike Weck back deep to receive. He's on his own 25. There's a look at Cade. And high snap. It's over his head. It's back inside the 15. Spildy picks it up, bobbles it, and he will be tackled at the Vikings 6-yard line.
Spildy knocks the ball at the 6. 1st and goal for Baraboo from the 6.
So a loss of 29 on the bobbled snap, or the high snap as it were. And now it's 1st and goal for Baraboo at the Vikings 6-yard line. Turkington works from under center. Weck has it, and he gets tripped up as he crosses the 5. He's down at the 4-yard line. So that's a gain of 2, and it will be 2nd and goal.
Jake Lentz on the stop.
2nd down and goal for Baraboo at the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 5.
And again from ground level, Turkington under center. Hand off to Weck again. Picks his way through on the right side, or left side this time, and he's down to about the 2. So another gain of 2 yards. And now it is 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line.
3rd and goal for the 2.
So 3rd down and goal. Turkington under center, I formation. Receiver left and right. That's Weck in motion. Handoff, first man through, dives for the end zone, bobbled it. He is going to be stopped short at the 1-yard line. And that's Tyson Fry.
Stop short on the play.
So a gain of 1, now 4th and goal from the 1-yard line.
4th and goal for the 1.
Everybody's going to be in tight here, you would imagine. Thunderbirds will go for it on 4th and goal from about the 1-yard line. And a timeout called by the Vikings.
Timeout on the field, timeout Stoughton.
9:47 to play here in the second quarter. And it is scoreless. However, Baraboo knocking on the doorstep as they have about a yard to go for a touchdown. Not a whole lot of numbers on either side of the offensive ball so far tonight. Baraboo with 20 yards rushing. Vikings with 20 yards rushing as well if you count the recovery of the snap over the head of Spildy, which he had to go and chase down for a loss of 29. And so coming out of the timeout, it's 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line. Turkington under center, and he turned to try and hand it off. He then turns back, heads toward the goal line, and the referee says he's in for a touchdown. So Turkington looked like Turkington anyway for a touchdown, and we might get a look at it after the extra point. Graham Langkamp for the extra point kick, and this is a corkscrew kick that is good. 9:44 to go in the second. And Derek, if we can, let's take a look at the touchdown run. And here's a look. And it looked like, well, it was a mess in there. If you want to replay it again, hopefully we'll get a little better look at it, or kind of look what we're looking at here. So the touchdown we're going to give to Gabe Larson. So Larson will get credit for the touchdown for a 1-yard run. And the extra point was good. So 7-0 Baraboo with 9:44 to go here in the second quarter.
And also back team number 2, Caden Milbauer.
Caden Milbauer and Nathan Hutcherson back deep to receive. Tyson Fry to kick off from the 40. Fry approaches and puts a boot into it. And this is going to fall inbounds. Covered up by Milbauer at the 24-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 24.
1st and 10, Stoughton.
9:42 left first half. Vikings down 7-0. Baraboo taking a short field after the 4-yard punt. And now we'll see what the Vikings offense does from their own 24. Hobson has it. Toss play near side. That's Hutcherson quick to the ball. All right, beg your pardon. That was not Hutcherson. That was Dwight Walker. And Walker ends up losing yards back to the 20, so a loss of 4. So second down and 14 for Stoughton from their own 20-yard line as the moon has come out from behind the clouds. What few clouds there are tonight. Coming up on 9 minutes left here in the first half. Vikings down 7 and in a hole on this drive. As this is Walker again. No, it isn't either. It's Hobson keeping it around the far side. Boy, stopped on a dime there and turned what could have been a loss into a gain of 5. So third down and 9 now for the Vikings from the 25. Two receivers out to the far side, one to this near side. And it's third down and 9. Hobson back to pass, looks, middle screen, short, and that's dropped. There's a flag down too. There's a flag downfield.
There's a flag on the field.
And we'll see what the officials say here. Never mind, there is no flag on the field. Walker was the intended receiver on that last play, by the way. So now it's fourth down from the 25-yard line. Alex Brown back to receive for the Thunderbirds. See if this snap is a little better to Cade Spildy. It is, right in his hands. Spildy on a rugby punt. Kicks it out of bounds, and that's going to come at about, well, let's see. Mark it out of bounds at the 44, so a 19-yard punt.
Below the announcer stand, Samara Farrell. Please report to the concession stand. Below.
So first and 10 now for Baraboo, again starting inside Viking territory at the 44-yard line. 8:15 left in the first half. Baraboo in front, 7-0. Turkington to work from under center on this first down play. And immediately in the backfield, Weck gets hit. Viking defense just about got the handoff. Wow. Weck got the carry, but it was almost into the Vikings' hands. And it's going to be a loss of 10. So second down and 20 now. 7:43 left here in the first half. On the second down play to pass, Turkington, middle screen. Weck has it, and he gets immediately drilled and dropped by Drew Passold. Wow, wait.
Stopped immediately by Drew Passold. Gain of 1 on the play.
Loss of a yard, and it's going to be
Loss of a yard. Third and 21.
Third and 21 back at the 45. Drew Passold, the senior, putting his helmet right on the number, on the receiver's numbers. And this time it's an inside handoff, and that is going to go to Tyson Fry down the far sideline, and he's going to have a first down at the 32-yard line. 23-yard run.
Forced out of bounds by Owen Chase.
So first and 10 for the Thunderbirds at the Viking 32-yard line. Boy, oh boy. Third down and 21, and you give up 23. First down from the 32. Turkington to pass. Looks, lots of time, throws, and that was intended for Fry. Looking for a flag as well. It's incomplete. And it'll set up 2nd and 10. So 2nd down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Second and 10 from the 32. Carpenter is the receiver on the near side. Brown goes out to the far side. That's Fry in motion. He'll have it, and he's going to get wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. First to grab him was number 12, Jacob Gibson. And Fry is going to lose a yard or so on the play. Lost 1, so now it's 3rd and 11 from the 33.
Lost on the play. 3rd and 11.
Just about halfway through the second quarter. Vikings down 7-0. Baraboo has it, 3rd down and 11 from the Viking 33-yard line. Turkington to pass, off play action, throws far sideline. That's Fry inside the 30, 25, and down to about, he stepped out of bounds. They're going to call him out at the 22, which would be right at the stick.
Tyson Fry. Escorted out of bounds by Drew Basil.
And so it's a gain of 10. Fourth and 1. Turkington will keep it himself. Drives the pile forward down to the 19. That's a gain of 3. And it's a first down for Baraboo.
Gain of 3 in the play. That'll be good for a Baraboo first down. First and 10 from the 19.
So first down and 10, 19-yard line. 5:35 and counting here in the second quarter. Turkington again works under center. Fry the wing on this near side. Brown in motion. Brown's got it, and he gets spun down at the 16-yard line. Pace hold on the stop.
Drew Pace hold on the stop. Yeah, 3 in the play. 2nd and 7.
Second down and 7 for Baraboo from the 17-yard line. Under 5 minutes left here in the first half. Turkington hands it to the second man. And that was Mike Weck on the run.
The Nelson brothers on the stop.
Gain of 1. Third down and 6 now. Ball spotted just outside the 15-yard line.
3rd and 6.
So another big third down play here for the Viking defense. Gave up gave up the one long third down and then stopped on a third down, and we've got a timeout called. Timeout Baraboo this time.
Timeout on the field. Timeout Baraboo.
So both teams with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Baraboo 7, Vikings nothing. And teams huddle up on their respective sidelines. No scoring in the first quarter. Only 3 penalties tonight. Baraboo 1 for 5. Vikings 2 for 10. No turnovers Vikings turned it over on downs on a snap that went over Cade Spildy's head on a punt attempt. And coming out of the timeout, it will be 3rd down and 6 from the 15-yard line. 3:53 left in the first half. Turkington back to pass on the 3rd down play, heads toward the end zone, has a receiver, he leaps up, gets it, and it will be a touchdown. Alex Brown, he outjumped Caden Milbauer for the ball, and it's now 13-0 Baraboo.
Goes up the extra point.
Extra point kick is good. So 3:48 left in the first half. It's now Baraboo 14 and the Vikings nothing. So Turkington to Alex Brown for the touchdown from 13. Extra point, and now 14-0 Baraboo. Vastly different situation than what we saw last week, wherein the Vikings put 56 on Portage, and same for Baraboo when Monona Grove put 39 on them. Last year, the Vikings in Baraboo won 33-14. And right now, it is all Baraboo so far tonight. 14-0 with 3:48 to play in the second quarter. Tyson Fry to kick the football away. Fry approaches, and this will be Hutcherson at the 15-yard line, comes this way. Now sidesteps one, sidesteps a couple, gets another one, and out to the 35-yard line. So good return of 21 yards by Nathan Hutcherson, and the Vikings have their best starting field position tonight at their own 35-yard line. And the Vikings looking to get some sort of offense going here in the late stages of this second quarter and get a little momentum going into halftime, as the Vikings will get the ball to start quarter number 3. So Hobson, the quarterback for Stoughton, comes out on 1st and 10 from the 35. Has the ball. Looking around, gets a block, rolls out far side, throws back over the middle, nearly intercepted by Gabe Larson, falls incomplete, and it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
So 2nd down and 10 now for Stoughton on the 35-yard line. Student section for the Vikings tonight have chosen a beach theme. And it's 2nd and 10 from the 35. Hutcherson in motion. Hobson keeps it, and he gets nothing. So they fake that end around, and nothing for Hobson, maybe a half yard, but call it no gain on the play, and it will be 3rd down and 10. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the second quarter, and now if you're the Vikings, you certainly don't want to give some extra time back to Baraboo to maybe get another score before halftime. But we'll see what Stoughton can do. That's Walker standing next to Hobson. Third down and 10. Hobson's got the snap. They push back. Here's a throw, and that's going to be caught, and it's going to be a first down for the Vikings. Drew Anderson with the reception. They move it up to the 48-yard line, and it's a first down after the gain of 13. And that makes Hobson 2 of 6 for 17 yards tonight. First and 10 from the 48. Quick hurry-up offense now by the Vikings. Hobson has it, bobbles it, and gets knocked down behind the line of scrimmage.
Hobson on the keeper.
Hobson back to the 45, a loss of 3. So that ends up being a wasted down.
Loss of 2 on the play.
And it's going to be second down and 12. Two receivers near side, one out to the far side. That on that far side is Feinholt. And a running play.
Hobson on the keeper.
Hobson keeps it across the 50. First trip into Baraboo territory tonight, knocked down at the 49. So that's a gain of 6.
Third and 6.
Third down and about 7 for the Vikings. Hobson has it. Quick throw near side. In and out of the hands and almost on a rebound catch
Hobson's pass is intended for
to Hogan. Anderson had it in his hands, and then Dom Hogan just about got it off the deflection, but it falls incomplete. And now fourth down from the 49-yard line. Alex Brown back deep to receive for the Thunderbirds. He'll stand at his own 10. Cade Spildy on to punt the football away. Spildy's got it. Rugby-style kick, and this is takes a Viking bounce this time, stays inbounds, falls dead at the 20-yard line. So this time it's a 29-yard punt.
First and 10, Baraboo from the 20.
So first down for Baraboo at their own 20 with a minute 28 to go. And they'll actually mark it at the 21. So we'll see if Baraboo's got a big play in their bag. This is Weck, and Weck gets escorted out of bounds at the 26, so a gain of 5.
By Caden Milbauer and Drew Basil. Gain of 5 in the play.
5 yards on the gain. Second down from the 16-yard line. Clock stopped as Weck went out of bounds, and we have a minute and 23 to go. Ball at the 26. Turkington works from under center on the second down play. And this is Fry. He gets stopped by a wall as he hit the line of scrimmage. Timeout.
Tyson Fry on the carry.
No gain on the play.
Cade Spildy on the tackle.
So third down and 5. Timeout taken by the Vikings.
Timeout on the field. Timeout scope.
So as you see on our scoreboard there, the little dashes underneath either team indicating how many timeouts are left. Vikings with 1 and Baraboo with 2, with a minute and 14 to play here in the first half. Again, the game tonight was originally scheduled for tomorrow, Friday the 24th, but because of impending weather, the decision was made to move the game to tonight, Thursday the 23rd, which is why we are on the air with Thursday Night Football instead of what was previously scheduled in volleyball. And we'll try and get an update on the volleyball score a little bit later on and pass that along to you. So 3rd down and 5 for Baraboo from the 26-yard line. Handoff, and this is not going to be enough for a first down. As Gabe Larson with the carry.
Brooks empty on the stop. Timeout on the field, timeout, Stoughton.
It's a gain of 3, and it will be 4th down and 2, and the Vikings have called their final timeout of this first half. So the Vikings should have about a minute to go, and if we look at the punting situation, Baraboo has punted 3 times tonight. Tyson Fry has with a almost 38-yard average.
All right, back to punt for Baraboo number 35, Tyson Fry.
So if he stays on his average, Vikings should have the ball roughly around the 40-yard line, but we'll see what happens. So the line of scrimmage at 29-yard line, Fry has it, or will have it, but before that happens, Baraboo will call a timeout. So Baraboo again, 37.7 average on their punts tonight. Stoughton 4 punts and only 21. So assuming an average punt for Tyson Fry, we'd be looking at the Vikings starting this drive at about the 35-ish yard line, but again, we'll see what happens here after the punt, because of course anything can happen. A bobbled snap, a high snap, a low snap, a block, any of those sorts of things would certainly go in Stoughton's favor at this point. So, or we will see what trickery might be coming. Empey's the up back. Hutcherson is back, is the deep back.
And back to punt for Baraboo number 35, Tyson Fry.
So a minute and 10 to go in the first half. Fry to punt. He's got it. And this is a driving kick, a corkscrew kick that will fall out of bounds at about the 30, let's see, they'll mark it out at the 38-yard line.
Well, we're down to 38, we're going to be 1st and 10, Stoughton.
So a 33-yard kick. And so the Vikings will have a minute and 3 to play with, and they've got 62 yards in front of them to try and get something on the board before the break. Delay while the chain gang gets set up on the far side. All right, they're set, we're set, and off we go. 1st and 10 Vikings from their own 38 with a minute and 3 left in the first half. Alex Hobson readies for the snap. He's got it. Looking to throw. Lots and lots of time. Now finally it gets flushed out. Throws downfield. And Hutcherson makes a sliding catch at the 40-yard line. 22 yards on the pass play. And now the hurry-up offense. 1st and 10 Vikings from the Baraboo 40. Under a minute to go. Hobson's got it again, looking to throw again, middle screen. This time it's Walker with some running room. Inside the 30, and taken down from behind at the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 16, and another first down.
Gabe Larson on the stop. Gain of 14, that's good for another Stoughton. First down!
They wind the clock. 1st and 10 Vikings on the Baraboo 24, 40 seconds and counting. Hobson with it. Back to pass for the 3rd consecutive time. Launches to the end zone and right through the hands of Drew Anderson. Incomplete. Clock stops with 32 seconds left, and it's now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Timeout on the field. Timeout, Baraboo.
Baraboo takes their last timeout with 32 seconds remaining. The senior, Drew Anderson, had found a seam behind the Baraboo defense, but the pass just a little bit too tall for him. Went right through his hands, and so the Vikings will be set up with a 2nd and 10 from the Thunderbird 24-yard line with 32 seconds remaining. There's a look at the full scoreboard. Actually, 2 scoreboards, as a matter of fact. You know, it's funny to be sitting out here on a football Friday night. The fans that you see just to the left of the scoreboard there, they normally have a big tent set up and they've got a fire pit going and things like that. Odd to look over there next to the scoreboard tonight and not see that big tent and everything set up. So 32 seconds left here in the first half. Vikings down 14-0, but Stoughton's on a drive, and it's 2nd and 10 from the Baraboo 24. Hobson has the snap and some time, looks, throws over the middle, and this is caught by Walker, and he's down at the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 14 and another first down. Ball just outside the 10. Hobson back to pass. Looks, throws, middle screen, has it. Hutcherson at the 5. Hutcherson breaks free into the end zone for a touchdown. Nate Hutcherson from 10 yards out, and that cuts the lead down to 14-6 with 15 seconds left. Cade Spildy to try the extra point. He went 8 for 8 on extra points last week. And I will stand corrected. The Vikings will go for 2.
Stoughton will go for 2.
Hobson with Walker standing right next to him. Hobson's got it. Walker has it. Runs out to the far side. Has a block. Turns the corner. And the 2-point conversion is good. Vikings will diplomatically call it may have gotten away with a hold out on the point. And so with 15 seconds left, it's now the Thunderbirds 14 and the Vikings 8. And we'll take a look at the touchdown run, or the touchdown pass, I should say. There's a throw over the middle. Went right through a whole bunch of traffic, and Hutcherson ends up in the end zone. So 15 seconds left. Vikings get on the board with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and it's now 14-8. And again, the Vikings will get the ball to start the second half.
For Baraboo. Number 44, Owen Madigal, and number 83, Nick McCauley.
Spildy to kick the football away here with 15 seconds remaining. Vikings had about 10 penalties last week. 3 or 4 of them were because Spildy kicked the ball just straight out of bounds. Looks like he's aiming that way again. And tries to pin him up along the sideline, and there's a big hit at the 34. Ball covered by Pablo Ramirez. So 1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds at the 34-yard line. Baraboo looks to be taking a knee here. Turkington does take a knee, and that will bring us to the end of this first half. So the teams will walk off to their respective locker rooms, and we have reached the end of the first half with our score. The Baraboo Thunderbirds 14 and the Stoughton Vikings 8. We will step away. We'll come back. Second half action coming up for you here from Collins Field on a special edition of high school football when we return on WSTO TV.
Hello, I'm Roger Spingman, and you're watching WSTO TV.
Take a step back to yesteryear. Friday nights from 5 until midnight, WSTO will be featuring classic movies, including such titles as The Brain That Wouldn't Die, His Girl Friday, and more. Friday night movies from 5 p.m. until midnight on WSTO TV and online at WSTO.tv.
I'll be the last one standing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Stoughton High School dance team.
I'm Shane, you're watching WSTO.
There are times after an illness or injury you need extra care, Stoughton Hospital's Home Health provides the care you need in the comfort of your own home. Our professional nurses and therapists will educate you and your family on how to manage your illness, address specific problems you are facing, and teach you skills to speed recovery so you can safely remain in your own home.
We accept a wide variety of insurance plans including Dean, GHC, Humana, Physicians Plus, Unity, and more. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care, close to home.
I'm Laura Mays, and you're watching WSTO TV.
Take a step back to yesteryear. Friday nights from 5 until midnight, WSTO will be featuring classic movies, including such titles as The Brain That Wouldn't Die, His Girl Friday, and more. Friday night movies from 5 p.m. until midnight on WSTO TV and online at WSTO.tv.
welcome you back to Collins Field for the second half of this Badger Conference crossover matchup between the Baraboo Thunderbirds and the Stoughton Vikings on this special edition of high school football on WSTO for a Thursday night. James Weingard with you here in Stoughton, and the Baraboo Thunderbirds lead over the Vikings by a score of 14-8. We had no scoring in the first quarter. Then at 9:44 of the second quarter was Gabe Larson, a 1-yard run. Extra point was good. That made it 7-0 Baraboo. And then 3:48 to play. Turkington, the quarterback, found Alex Brown on a 13-yard pass play. Extra point good again. And it was 14-0 at that point. And then with just 15 seconds left in the second quarter, Alex Hobson to Nate Hutcherson, a 10-yard pass, 2-point conversion good. And that gets us to our current score, which is 14-8. Taking a look at our first half stats, brought to you by Stoughton Hospital and the fine folks there. Well, there's a look at game replays, which are not accurate at this point, but here's a look at our Stoughton Hospital stats report. Rushing, 21 carries, 48 yards for Baraboo, 4 for 8 passing for 31 yards, total of 79. Neither team with a turnover, and penalties very low on the night. 1 for 5 for Baraboo, 2 for 10 for Stoughton. Vikings with 103 yards total offense, 15 for 24 on the ground, and 6 for 12 for 79 yards through the air, and again a total of 103. So again, we're on the air on a Thursday night this week because of pending weather coming up tomorrow. But as we look ahead on the Stoughton sports calendar, the tennis girls will be in action for a quad on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock at Grafton. Girls Varsity Invitational at Wilmot for volleyball, 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. Cross country will be at the Glen Harold Cross Country Invitational at Watertown. Soccer, Boys Varsity Invitational at Janesville Craig. And then next week on Tuesday, swimming, girls varsity dual meet against Monona Grove here at home. That'll be a 6 o'clock start on Tuesday evening. Boys will be on the road at Baraboo for soccer on Tuesday night. And then girls varsity golf in action at the Watertown Country Club at 3:30 on Wednesday afternoon. There's an updated look at our weather for tonight. 71 degrees now under mostly clear skies. And again, that very slight but comfortable breeze outside at about 9 miles an hour. And that is halftime. We head into the third quarter with the Vikings down by a score of 14-8. Want to say hi to Mayor Tim Swadley, who is in the crowd here tonight, and hope he's enjoying the game. Kickoff, and this will be out of bounds inside the 20.
Ball goes out of bounds.
And the other thing I want to mention before we get too deep into this third quarter is you see we have a new little graphic up on our scoreboard there. You see the running clock. I've been yelling at Derek for years about having a running clock on our scoreboard for football broadcasts, and he's finally made it happen for me. So thank you, Derek. He says you're welcome. This new scoreboard, we had it for the first time last year, and we used it for hockey. And of course, in hockey, the clock doesn't stop nearly as much and stop and start as it does in football. So we have the real clock in hockey, which we'll see coming up here in a couple months. Vikings have elected to have Baraboo re-kick, this time from the 35-yard line after the 5-yard penalty. And Tyson Fry to approach again, and he puts it in the air. And this is going to be Walker at the 22, 35, 40, and down at the 45-yard line. So a 23-yard return for Walker. And the Vikings will have it in decent field position. They start at their own 45-yard line as we start the second half. Vikings ended the first half with a touchdown drive, culminating in a 10-yard pass and a 2-point conversion. 14-8 our score. As Hobson waits for the first snap of this third quarter, he's got it, and he's going to throw out to the far side. Catch made across the 50, across the 45. Caden Milbauer with the catch and run. And he is down at the 43 of Baraboo. That's good for 13 yards and a first down. That puts Alex at 7 of 13 for 92 yards tonight and a score. Hobson, that is. First and 10 from the Baraboo 43. He's got it. Looking, throwing again. Far side, catch made. Coming back toward the middle. And then being escorted backwards. Zach Feinholt with the reception. Gain of 7, and it will be second down and 3 for the Vikings. Just underway third quarter. Vikings trailing by 6. Two receivers near side. And Hobson to throw again. And this time Hutcherson has it. And Hutcherson bowls his way down to the 21-yard line. That's a gain of 15. And another first down. So first and 10 for the Vikings at the 21-yard line of Baraboo. Hobson to throw one more time. Launches it far side. Catch made. And Milbauer out of bounds. Gain of 8. And it's second and 2. 13-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Second down and 2 from there. Hobson, quick throw this way, and the catch made by Hutcherson. Good job by Nate to hold on. He's down at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it's going to be a first down, and Hutcherson a little slow to get up. So Hutcherson slow to come off the field. He's going to get a drink. And first and 10 for the Vikings from just outside the 10-yard line. Looks like they can get a first down inside the 1. And I should correct myself. I think that was Walker that made the play last time. Hutcherson's back out on the field. Hobson readies for the snap. First and 10 from the 11. And a penalty flag down. May have drawn Baraboo offside. And they did. Offside against the Thunderbirds. Third penalty for them tonight for a total of 15 yards. So instead of first and 10 from the 11, now it's going to be first and 5 from the 6.
First and 5 from the 6.
First down and 5 from the 6-yard line. Hobson keeps it himself, off the left side, spins, and it's thrown down at the 3-yard line or the 2-yard line.
Gabe Bloom on the stop. Second and 2.
Second down and 2. Hobson's got it. Keeps it himself again. Now a quick throw and a drop. Hutcherson was the intended receiver. And now it is third down and 2.
Third and 2.
So third down and 2 from the 3-yard line. Receiver to the right, 2 out to the left. And Hobson readies. He's got it. Hobson keeps it himself, and he's going to get taken down from behind at the 5-yard line. There's a flag down on top of that.
Joseph Enovich on the stop.
So, be a loss of 2 back to the 5, but the penalty marker is down at the 4. Holding is the call against the Vikings. So it's going to be either 4th down from the 3, or it'll be 3rd down and 12. And Baraboo elects to take the penalty. 3rd penalty of the night against the Vikings for a total of 20 yards. So now it's 3rd down and 12, back outside the 10. Again, the Vikings can get a 1st down inside the 1-yard line. So 3rd and 12, Hobson to throw, looks, end zone, and it is batted, caught, touchdown! Nathan Hutcherson doing a juggling act and able to reel it in before his feet hit the sideline, and a 13-yard touchdown pass, and the Vikings have tied it up. It's 14-14. Cade Spildy on to try the extra point this time. Snap back, ball down, kick on its way, and it is good. And with 9:22 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Vikings have taken the lead for the first time. It's now 15-14. And let's take a look at the UPS Store replay of a juggling touchdown catch in the corner of the end zone. Long throw down, bobble, and he definitely pulled it in before his foot stepped out of bounds. And so, 9:22 left in the 3rd. The Hobson to Hutcherson connection for the 2nd time tonight. And now 15-14. Stoughton with the lead.
All right, kicking off for Stoughton. Number 22, Cade Spildy. Back deep for Baraboo, number 83.
Nate McCauley and Gabe Larson back deep to receive. I beg your pardon. So we'll see what Spildy does this time. 9:22 left in the 3rd. Spildy, a couple of times in the last game and now here tonight, he's just dumped the kickoff over the 1st and even 2nd row of defenders toward the sideline. And this time puts a boot into it, and this will be fielded at the 20. He's got the 30. 35, and maybe close to the 40-yard line. Oh, and Nautigal on the return. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Baraboo on their own 39-yard line with 9:16 remaining.
Ball's at the 38, 1st and 10, Baraboo.
So first offensive drive for the Thunderbirds to start here in the 3rd quarter. Vikings have come back to take a 15-14 lead, and the first play will be a handoff to Weck, and Weck gets knocked down after he crosses the 40 up to about the 42. And it'll be a pickup of 4. So with that run, Weck, I have him down for 12 carries for 14 yards tonight. We're under 9 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Second down and 6 for the Thunderbirds. Turnaround handoff and met at the line of scrimmage and not letting go. Tyson Fry on the run. Pickup of maybe 2. Third down and 4 coming up. Ball spotted just shy of the 45-yard line. Third down and 4. Baraboo needing the 48-yard line for a first down. That's Fry in motion. Turkington hands off. Weck has it. He's going to get dragged down behind the line of scrimmage, and that is going to force a fourth down play for Baraboo. Loss of 2, and that will bring up a fourth down and 6.
Back team for Stoughton, number 86, Nathan Hutchison. Back the punt for Baraboo, number 35, Tyson Fry.
Fry to kick the football away. 36.5-yard average so far on 4 punts tonight. Line of scrimmage, the 43-yard line. This one should take a Baraboo hop, and it does. It will come to a rest at the 16-yard line. A 41-yard kick. And now the Vikings will have it first and 10 on their own 16-yard line. Vikings were pinned back most of the first half, and they're going to start deep in their own territory again, leading by a point at 15-14. Hobson to throw, in trouble, gets away, now he doesn't, he gets sacked back at the 10-yard line. Parker Clary with the sack. Second down and 17 coming up, or 16 I should say. So the ball back to the 10-yard line. Vikings have been almost exclusively throw thus far here in the third quarter. And another throw coming quickly out to this side, catch made, and up across the 20, up to the 21, catch made by Drew Anderson. A gain of 11. Third down and 6 from the 21. Hobson now 13 of 20 for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. Third down and 6 from the 21-yard line. Hobson has the snap, back to pass, screen, and that is going to be knocked down. Caden Carpenter knocked it down from behind, and that will set up a fourth down play. So 4th and 6 now from the 21. And Cade Spildy to come on to punt the football away. Spildy with 4 punts tonight, a 20.8 average. Alex Brown back deep at his own 40. 21-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Again, a high snap that he gets it away. And this will be a Viking bounce, sort of. And it will be killed at the 47-yard line. So a 26-yard punt. First and 10 for Baraboo inside Viking territory at the 47-yard line. Vikings go 3 and out on their second offensive set of the second half. They got the lead on their first drive, getting the opening kickoff of the second half, marching right down the field. And now they're going to have to play defense. Turkington back to pass, throws, and this is going to be No, it's going to be dropped. Looks like Alex Brown was the intended receiver. It went right through his arms, it looked like. And so it will be 2nd and 10. A couple of Viking defenders back there on the play. So 2nd down and 10 for Baraboo from the Viking 47, 5:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. Brown out to the far side, Carpenter on this near side, 2nd and 10. Toss play to Weck, has some running room on this near side, cuts back inside before he gets buried at the 43-yard line. A pickup of 4, and it'll set up 3rd down and 6 for the Thunderbirds. So 3rd and 6 from the 43, coming up on 5 minutes remaining here in quarter number 3. Baraboo scored the first 14 points of the game. Vikings have scored the last 15. And now a big 3rd down play for Baraboo, big defensive play here for the Vikings. And Turkington to throw out to the far side. All by himself out there is Fry, cruising down the sidelines. And it's going to be a long pass play and a 1st down. So Fry is down at the 24. That's a gain of 19 and a 1st down.
1st and 10, Baraboo.
And that puts Turkington at 5 for 10 for 50 yards with 1 touchdown tonight. 1st and 10 at the 24. Inside handoff. Fry again. This time he gets wrestled down at the 21. That's a pickup of 4.
Chris Tisoki on the stop.
Let's see. They marked him down earlier than what I thought. So a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Weck gets upended as he crosses the 20.
Jake Lenz took him up.
They'll mark him down at the 19. So a gain of 2 there, and it will be 3rd down and 5. They need to get to the 14-yard line for a 1st down. 3rd down and 5 for the Thunderbirds of Baraboo. Play fake. Outside, pass complete, and out of bounds, short of the 1st down. Pass was caught by Gabe Larson.
Loss of 1 on the play.
And they lost a yard on the play, on a pass play. So now it's 4th and 6 at the 20. So again, the Vikings need to come up with a big defensive play here to stop Baraboo. 3:28 to go in the 3rd. Vikings up by a lonely single point right now. Turkington under center. Back to pass and in trouble, and down he goes. Jake Lenz with the sack for the Vikings. A loss of 8.
Loss of 8 on the play. Ball turns over on downs. 1st and 10, Stoughton.
So 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 28-yard line. Hobson brings the Vikings back up. Right, Vikings offense has it. Walker with the run off the left side. Walker pushing his way forward up to near the 1st down marker, and they'll mark him down at the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and it'll be a 1st down. First down for Stoughton on the first play of this drive. 1st and 10 at the 39. Clock ticks as we see on our screen. 3:10 to go in the third quarter. Vikings up 15-14. And Hobson will keep it himself this time. Hobson off the left side and picks up a couple. Gain of 2, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Check that, 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8 for the Vikings. Ball on the 42-yard line. Hobson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets across the 45. He'll be down at the 46. That's a gain of 4. Hobson now 13 carries, 37 yards to go with his 13 of 21 for 149 through the air. And it's now 3rd down and 4 from the 46-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the third. That's Walker standing next to Hobson. Corner blitz coming. Here they come. Hobson throws over the middle. Catch made. And breaking a couple of tackles down to the Thunderbird 36-yard line. Zach Feinholt on the reception. 18 yards on the pass play. And now 1st and 10 for Stoughton in Baraboo territory at the 37-yard line. 99 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hobson looks things over. Blitz up the middle. Throw out to the far side. Catch made. And that is Milbauer on the reception. Milbauer picks up 2, and that will bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Vikings with 1:10 to go. So 2nd down and 8 as we hit a minute left here in the third quarter. Hobson keeps it himself. Down he goes after he crosses the 35. They'll mark him at the 33. That's a pickup of 3. So 3rd down and 6 now for Stoughton with 35 seconds left and the ball at the 33-yard line. They need to get to about the 27 for a first down. Seconds left in the quarter. Hobson has the snap. In the trouble in the middle. Throws. Oh, incomplete. Walker was the intended receiver. There's a flag down. Likely a hold against the Vikings. It is. And might have been pass interference too. The referee had made 2 signals. Holding against Stoughton is declined, and so it'll just be an incomplete pass. So 4th down from the 33-yard line. 11 seconds left. Clock will start on the snap. So this could very well be the last play of the third quarter.
Timeout on the field. Timeout, Stoughton.
And the Vikings are going to call timeout. So the Vikings call time here with now 10 seconds remaining in the third. It's a 4th down and 6 play coming up. And while we have a second here, let me remind you that you can keep up with us a number of different ways on TV. You can find us at Channel 981. And if you'd like to follow us online, it's WSTO.tv. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/WSTO-TV and on Twitter at WSTO-TV. And if you check us out online, we are in stunning high definition. And a reminder for you as well that Walks Around Britain can be found on TV every day at 1 o'clock here on WSTO. History and things to see, things to do around Great Britain, produced by Nova Productions from Great Britain. And again, Walks Around Britain every day at 1 on WSTO. 4th down and 6. Now, Cade Spildy to kick the football away, apparently. 34-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Nobody back to receive. Spildy has it, rolls out this way. It's a fake. He's going to run for it, and he's in big trouble as 4 defenders come over to tackle him. He's way short of the first down.
Short of the first down. Ball will turn over on downs. 1st and 10, Baraboo. From the 33.
So a loss of 5. And so it will be 1st down and 10 for Baraboo on their own 31-yard line with 3 seconds left here in the 3rd. Turkington will work from under center on the last play of the 3rd quarter. Turkington back to pass, looking, throwing, heaving down the far sideline, and that's going to be incomplete. Defended by Caden Milbauer. Alex Brown, the intended receiver, and we have reached the end of the 3rd quarter with our score, the Vikings 15 and the Thunderbirds 14. We'll take a timeout and come back. 4th quarter coming up. This is a special edition of high school football, Thursday night edition on WSTO TV.
Take a step back to yesteryear. Friday nights from 5 until midnight, WSTO will be featuring classic movies, including such titles as The Brain That Wouldn't Die, His Girl Friday, and more. Friday night movies from 5 p.m. until midnight on WSTO TV and online at WSTO.TV.
And we welcome you back into Collins Field. James Weingard with you on WSTO on a Thursday night. It is 15-14. The Vikings lead over Baraboo as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Stats through 3 quarters tonight. Baraboo rushing 28 carries for a total of 53 yards. Passing, Brock Turkington is 6 of 11 for 49 yards and 1 touchdown. Vikings rushing tonight, 23 carries for 35 yards, and passing, Alex Hobson, 15 of 24 for a total of 169 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's the way the numbers shake out as we get ready to start quarter number 4. And Baraboo will have it 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line. First play of the 4th quarter. Turkington, a quick throw out this way, catch made, and down at the 40-yard line, catch made by number 17, Joe Zamanovich. Gain of 8, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2. Just underway, 4th quarter. Again, the Baraboo scored the first 14 points of the game. Vikings came back with just 15 seconds left in the 2nd quarter to make it 14-8, and then a touchdown with 9:22 to go in the 3rd, the only score of the 3rd quarter, and that was that. And that is this. Tyson Fry trying to run the ball up the middle, nothing doing there. And now 4th down coming up for Baraboo. So no gain on the play, officials timeout. Referee talking with Caden Bloom of Baraboo. And looks like he is going to escort him off the field. don't know if it's a equipment issue or a blood issue or something, but Caden's looking at his elbow and looked down to his leg, and now he trots off the field. So he's going to go out for one play, at least one play. So 4th down and 2 from the 40-yard line. Just about a minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Mike Weck just whispered something to the officials, so we'll keep an eye on that. And it's going to be a run and a great big huge pile of humanity. So they're going to stop stop the play. They'll unpile everybody. And without even a measurement, they're going to give him the first down. So a 3-yard run there, and it's a first down. So 1st and 10 for Baraboo from their own 42. Looking to get back in front here as the Thunderbirds trail 15-14. Here's Weck as he goes around the far side. He gets across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Second and 6 for the Thunderbirds. Still on their own side of the field at the 46-yard line. Second and 6. Just under 10 minutes to go now in regulation. And this is Weck again. He gets back to about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard or so. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Vikings back in action next week at Breitenbach Stadium in Middleton when they take on Edgewood. That'll be on, well, last week we said tonight's game would be on Friday, but of course they got it moved. So it'll be next Friday the 31st at Edgewood, and then September 7th at Milton. Our next home game will be on September 14th against Monroe, in a game you can see here on WSTO TV at 7 o'clock. 9 minutes to go. Turkington back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws downfield. Has a receiver, and it's off the helmet, but a flag down for pass interference. Alex Brown was the intended receiver. Might have been Owen Chase back on coverage. Pass interference is the call against the Vikings. So this will be a 15-yard penalty against Stoughton. And that moves the ball down to the 38-yard line. We are just under 9 minutes to go. First down for Baraboo at the 38-yard line of the Vikings. Toss play. Weck has it with some running room, and he gets buried at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a yard on the play. And they'll mark him down right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up. Approaching 8.5 minutes to go in regulation. Vikings 15, Baraboo 14. 2nd and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Weck in motion. That's a lateral. And Weck sidesteps a tackle in the backfield and moves forward to the 36. So that is a pickup of 2. Turkington now 8 of 13 for 59 yards, 7.5 to go in the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 7. Toss play. Weck looking to throw. A wounded duck, and this will be incomplete. Alex Brown, the intended receiver.
Intended for number 3, Alex Brown.
So 4th down for Baraboo from the 36-yard line. Thunderbirds will go for it here, trailing by 1 at 15 to 14. And they need to get to the 28-yard line for a first down. To throw, in trouble, heaves it, incomplete at the feet of Tyson Fry. Turkington was in trouble right from the get-go, and it will fall incomplete, and the Vikings defense will hold, and they'll take over 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line with 7:15 to play. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings now at their own 36-yard line with 7:15 time remaining here in the fourth, leading by 1. We saw a healthy dose of passing on the last drive for the Vikings. I would expect some clock-killing running coming up now. And there's one. Walker right up the middle with some running room across the 50 and into Baraboo territory at the 49-yard line. Gain of 15, that's a first down.
Josh Beal on the stop. Gain of about 15 on the play. That'll be good for a Stoughton. First down.
First down Vikings at the Baraboo 49-yard line. Clock runs as we almost hit 7 minutes to go. Hobson readies for the snap. He's got it. Walker again, straight up the middle. Same play, this time a little bit shorter of a gain. He'll be down at the 45-yard line, and that will be a pickup of 4. So 2nd down and 6 coming for the Vikings from the Thunderbirds 45-yard line. Clock milking down to 6.5 minutes in running. Baraboo with all 3 timeouts, Stoughton with 2. Hobson readies. Blitz threatening, here they come. Quick throw out to the far side, catch made there by Hutcherson. Shakes a tackle, moves forward, and he will be out of bounds inside the 40. Mark him out at the 39, a gain of 6. That'll be a good for a Viking first down.
Escorted out of bounds by Parker Clary. 1st and 10, Stoughton.
Hobson now 16 of 25 for 175 and 2 touchdowns. And the only bad thing about that was Hutcherson ended up out of bounds, so the clock won't start until the ball is snapped this time. First down from the 38. Hobson to Walker. Walker pushing forward inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 4. And Walker will set up a 2nd down and 6.
Beal on the stop. Second and 6.
Ball at the 34-yard line. Gabe Larson, a 1-yard run with 9:44 in the second. Turkington to Alex Brown, 13-yard pass play, 3:48 left in the second. The 2 Baraboo scores. And then Hobson to Hutcherson twice, once from 10 and once from 13 yards. 2-point conversion good, and now we've got a flag down, a delay of game against the Vikings as there was lots of movement and motion and shifting sides. 5 penalties, 40 yards now for Stoughton tonight. Second down and 9. Hutcherson in motion. Fake the end around, and now it'll be Hobson keeping it this way as he dives his way down to about the 33, which would be a pickup of 5 or so. So he got the penalty yardage back. And then 1. So a gain of 6 now. 3rd down and 3 for Stoughton. Under 5 minutes to play. Vikings spread the field here. That's Walker standing next to Hobson. And he'll get the handoff right up the middle. Spins his way out of a couple of tackles. Right down inside the 5, or inside the 10 and down to the 6-yard line. Boy, spun his way out of a couple of tackles and just turned on the Jets. And he's down to the 6, a gain of 27. First and goal from the 6-yard line. Walker again. This time he's not going anywhere except backwards by a couple of yards. So a loss of 2. Second and goal from the 9-yard line, 8-yard line. Approaching 4 minutes to go. Ball at the 8. Hobson has the snap, in trouble, throws as he was getting tackled from behind, and it falls incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal. 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line with 3:47 left, and Vikings will have a very interesting decision to make should they not put it in the end zone on this play. Try a field goal to make it a 4-point difference, or try for a touchdown. And if you don't make it, you've got Baraboo pinned well deep in their own end. Of course, best case scenario, make the touchdown and kick the extra point to go up by 8. All right, 3rd and goal. Snap back. Hobson has it. Plenty of time. End zone caught. Feinholt. Zach Feinholt with the touchdown. 8 yards. Three touchdowns tonight for Hobson. And Spildy to try the extra point. If he makes this, that's 10 in a row to start the season. Snap, placement, kick is... the old announcer curse. So the extra point is no good. And it goes, the touchdown goes Hobson to Feinholt for 8 yards. And here's a look at the touchdown. UPS Store replay. Feinholt down at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, the referee and the back part of the end zone said that he definitely caught it, came in emphatically to make the call. And so with the touchdown, it's now 21-14 Stoughton with 3:42 to go in regulation.
Back deep for Baraboo, number 44, Owen Nautical, and number 83, Nate McCauley.
Nate McCauley and Owen Nautical back deep for the Thunderbirds. .342 time remaining in the fourth quarter. Vikings now up by 7. Spildy to kick the football away for the Vikings. Spildy with the short kick toward the sideline. Little reverse end over ender. It's batted. Now a big pile up. Who's going to get it out of this? Looked like one of the Viking players had took a volleyball whack at it. And it's going to be Baraboo ball.
First and 10 Baraboo from the 32.
So first and 10 Baraboo on their own 32-yard line. Great plenty of time. 3:39 left in the fourth quarter, and they have all 3 timeouts left. Turkington on the first down play. Throws, middle screen, catch made by Weck. Has some running room up the middle. Now cuts ahead, and he will be just short of the 50-yard line. They'll mark him down right at the 50, so that's a gain of 18.
Gain of 18, that's good for a Baraboo first down.
Give him 17 on the play with the stop at the 49. So first and 10 Baraboo. Clock runs just under 3.5 minutes to play. First and 10 from the 49-yard line. Back to pass again. In trouble. Escapes the tackler. Throws out this way, and that's incomplete. Alex Brown, the intended receiver. And it's going to be second and 10 from the Baraboo 39 with 3:18 to go.
Second and 10.
Second and 10 from the 49-yard line. One receiver far side, one to the near side. Offset eye. And back to pass. Turkington gets dragged down. Jake Lenz with the sack. Loss of 10.
Loss of 10 on the play. Third and 20.
So third down and 20 now for the Thunderbirds with 2:50 to play. Turkington will work under center. Receiver left and right. Back to pass on third and 20. Quick throw, catch made. Has 10 and then gave up a couple of yards.
Turkington's pass is complete.
Alex Brown with the reception.
Alex Brown.
And a gain of 9.
Through base out on the stop. Gain of 8 on the play. Fourth and 12.
Fourth down and 11. Could be the game. Turkington back to pass. Throws far side. Intercepted by the Vikings.
Turkington's pass is intercepted.
Intercepted by Owen Chase.
Intercepted by number 20, Owen Chase.
First turnover of the game. And the return goes back to the 39-yard line for Stoughton. 2:06 left. So Chase makes up for that pass interference call earlier. And now this is going to be a pass and catch up to the 49-yard line. That would be close to 10. Hobson approaching 200 yards. It is indeed a first down. After the gain of 10, so Hobson now 18 of 28 for 193. And Baraboo calls their first time out of the second half. Oh, I forgot. This is the point where I have to do this. You can't do a split screen on me? Oh, there you go. That's it. I'm done. Out of the timeout now, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 49-yard line, just under 2 minutes left. Hand off to Walker, and Walker will go nowhere. And another time, another timeout called.
Gabe Larson on the stop. Lost of 1 on the play.
So loss of 1, and
Timeout on the field.
timeout taken by Baraboo again, and that is their second. So they have 1 left. 1:49 to go. And a reminder that the Vikings are on the road for the next couple of weeks. They'll be at Edgewood next Friday, the 31st, and that's at Breitenbach Stadium in Middleton. And then on September 7th, they'll be at Milton, and then home against Monroe, at Oregon on the 21st, home against Watertown, at MG on October 5th, and then home to wrap up the regular season on October 12th against Fort Atkinson. So our next home game again will be on September 14th against Monroe, and of course we will have that for you here on WSTO TV with game time at 7 o'clock. And also, while we have a second here, let me pass along thanks as always to Charlotte on the camera upstairs tonight, Noah doing a fine job as always on the field camera. There's his camera. Jacob on graphics, and a low snap picked up and handed to Walker, and he gets slung down back behind the line of scrimmage again. And another timeout, final timeout taken by Baraboo. So a loss of another couple of yards, and of course our producer and director, Derek, pushing the buttons and choosing which camera that you see and creating the new clock that you see up. I got surprised. Oh, somebody snuck up behind me. I happened to be we have a TV right over here that I was looking at, and somebody snuck up behind me and took a battery. Hobson, toss play to Walker. Comes this way, turns upfield, and he is down the sideline, but they're going to call him out of bounds. He's all the way to the end zone, but he's out of bounds back outside the 40-yard line. I thought I'd heard a whistle, and the referee said, yeah, he was stopped at the 42, looks like maybe the 42-yard line. So that would be a gain of 13 and sets up a fourth down play, and even more importantly, it stops the clock. So Walker with 14 carries, 80 yards tonight. And now it's 4th and 1. And now the Vikings want time. So the Vikings call their second timeout tonight. And it will be 4th down and 1 for Stoughton with a little over a minute and a half to go. So all may not be lost for Baraboo quite yet. One thing I haven't mentioned yet tonight, which the Stoughton School District did, is because the football game got moved to Thursday night instead of Friday this week, they decided that they were going to forego any admissions sales to both the football game and the girls volleyball game, which is going on over in the gym tonight. So fans could go back and forth or go watch one and then finish the rest of it over here through the evening if they wanted to. And so that's a fine piece of business there by the athletic group at Stoughton High School, led by Athletic Director Mel Dow. 4th down and 1 for the Vikings. They get it. Game essentially over. Hobson coming this way, takes it upfield, and it will bust by everybody and hit the end zone for a touchdown. "42 yards on the touchdown. And the Vikings now lead 27-14 with 1:28 to go. Speldy to try the extra point. Low snap, they get it down, and the kick is good. And so with the extra point, that improves the score for the Vikings to 28-14. And we'll take a look at the touchdown run by Alex Hobson on the UPS Store replay. As you see, get a couple of blocks, and right down the sideline, there's another block. And then he took off into the Stoughton Knight, down toward the sand pit that they use for track and field. And so the Vikings have scored 28 unanswered points now after giving up the first 14 to Baraboo in the second quarter. Minute 28 to go. Vikings still have one timeout. Baraboo with no timeouts remaining. McCauley and Nautical back deep to receive. Spildy now 9 for 10 on extra points this season, 8 for 8 last week, 1 for 2 tonight. Actually 2 for 3. So that means he's 10 for 11. And Spildy with a kick right down the middle of the field, bounces at the 10 and into the end zone for a touchback. that is so contrary to what he has done most of the kickoffs that he's been responsible for this year thus far in the first 2 games. Normally he's just tried to pooch it over the first couple of lines of the defenders and try and get what is essentially an onside kick, and now this time he just puts a full boot into it and kicks it all the way to the end zone. So 1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds at the 20-yard line. And handoff goes to Weck, and he picks up a couple. Second down and 9. Back to pass goes Turkington. Long throw down this near side, and this is bopped in the air, and it's intercepted. Owen Chase with his 2nd interception of the night. So Owen Chase picks off the ball for the 2nd time, and this time it comes off of a deflection. A minute and a second to go. So a couple of kneel downs here, and this one will be in the books. Baraboo with no timeouts remaining. Hobson will dive under center, take a couple of steps back, takes a knee. Clock runs, under a minute to go. And again, thanks to our crew tonight, Noah on the field, Charlotte on camera upstairs, Jacob Ebert on graphics, and Derek producing and directing. And one more kneel down, it would appear. Back judge starts his count, and that will be that. So, quick run through of stats tonight for Baraboo. Rushing, they finished with 35 carries for a total of 52 yards and 1 touchdown. Brock Turkington went 10 for 17, 85 yards through the air, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. So 52 and 85, 137 yards for the Thunderbirds. Rushing for the Vikings tonight, 33 carries for a total of 144 yards. And passing, Alex Hobson, 18 of 28 for 193 yards and 3 touchdowns. So 193 and 144, 337 total yardage for the Vikings tonight in what turns out to be a 28-14 win. Scoring summary looking like this: 9:44 of the second, Gabe Larson, a 1-yard run, extra point good, 7-0 Baraboo. 3:48 left in the second, Turkington to Alex Brown, a 13-yard pass play, extra point good there, 14-0 Baraboo. 15 seconds left in the first half, Hobson finds Nate Hutcherson, a 10-yard pass play, 2-point conversion good, and that made it 14-8 at the end of the first half. Into the third quarter, 9:22 left in the third. Hobson to Hutcherson again, this time a 13-yard pass, extra point good this time, and it's 15-14 Stoughton. 3:42 left in the third. Hobson to Finholt, an 8-yard pass, extra point missed, 21-14 Vikings. And then with 1:28 left in the fourth, Alex Hobson, a 42-yard run, extra point good there. And that's our scoring summary tonight, 28-14. And again, the Vikings on the road the next couple of weeks. They'll be in Middleton to play Edgewood next Friday, August 31st, and then at Milton on September 7th. So the next time we'll see you here at Collins Field will be on Friday, September 14th against Monroe, and we hope you can join us then. For more, go online, WSTO.tv, until the 14th of September. This is James Weingart from Collins Field saying thanks so much for being with us, and this has been a presentation of WSTO Sports in association with Stoughton High School. See you in 3 weeks for more football. Till then, good night from Collins Field in Stoughton. This broadcast of Stoughton High School football on WSTO TV is brought to you by Stoughton Hospital. For more than 100 years, our neighbors in the Stoughton area have trusted Stoughton Hospital to provide personalized, forward-thinking, expert health care. Stoughton Hospital is a proud supporter of WSTO programming. Trusted care close to home. The UPS store of Stoughton. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it all in one place. 2364 Jackson Street, next to Papa Murphy's. Hanson Electronics, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent and Radio Shack dealer. Inkworks of Stoughton, unique digital and offset solutions. Pizza Pit of Stoughton, fresh, fast, and hot delivery of our great pizzas, sandwiches, chicken, and more. And McGlynn Pharmacy, your local full-service pharmacy with free delivery.